You're not going to beat them. Well, maybe. We haven't talked to you since the Oregon game. A lot's been made of the running, the second half running on the ball a lot. There wasn't a lot of plays there, I guess, but the fact that you didn't run everything after about the middle of the third quarter, is that what struck you? Is it just keep running the ball, or is there just no real opportunities to control?
No, I think we'd struggled with the throws early in the half. We had a couple turnovers in the pass game, and we were running the ball really well. Our defense was playing well. Our special teams was creating short fields for us, and it felt like the O-line and the running backs, tight ends, they just had a really good rhythm in the run game.
Do you still sit back and kind of scratch your head like, wait, how did we do that?
Yeah, I didn't until after the game, and you kind of read it that said, I don't remember what the exact number was, but it was all those runs in a row was pretty crazy. And
against one of the top-ranked run defenses.
And I think it's just a credit to the offensive line, our front guys, and the backs. Then the quarterback had a couple run checks that got us into the right play in there. But it's always good to be able to run the ball when you want to.
For a play caller, how much is what's the temptation there? When you're running the ball so well, and this has happened many times over 5 years. What's the temptation to go? Yeah, I still want to throw it, even though you know the run game's working so well.
It's tough sometimes, and I think sometimes when you're having negative plays where there's a sack or a turnover, and you have a couple of those, it makes it even tougher to call. But I think our offensive staff, our philosophy is really to keep people off balance, and that's a big piece of what we do. And so I think moving forward, to get that passing game sharper in all areas, not just at the quarterback position with accuracy, decision making, protection's got to get better, spacing the routes. All that stuff's got to improve, and I think for us to be where we want to be offensively, we got to be able to throw the ball in the action game and drop it back as well. And that's just something in the Oregon game at times, particularly in the second half, that we struggled with. And it does make it tougher to call.
When you look at this Florida defense, what do you see?
Size, speed, athleticism. Really a lot of talent. Big size up front. I think those guys get up the field. They give you a bunch of different looks at the quarterback. They play one of the top, the SEC. I mean, it's just their losses come against some pretty tough opponents too. And so the athleticism and just overall speed on the defense really jumps out to you on film, and it'll be a really big challenge for us.
I heard last week the cold and flu bug hit the team. Are you guys all healthy now?
Yeah, we were pretty light on numbers last week, and it was I got to get out of town, go do some recruiting, so it was nice to get out of here at that point. But yeah, everybody's back, I think, for the most part now.
A lot of people talk about the physicality of the SEC. How do you feel like this Oregon State team has really built that physicality to be able to be in a position to really compete with a team like Florida?
Yeah, we pride ourselves on that and trying to make the game physical and on both sides of the ball and in the special teams area, and I think it'll be just a really big challenge to our guys. I think our guys are really excited about the opportunity to play a team from the SEC with the talent that I guess that those guys have on their defense, and just kind of a national brand in Florida and on a national stage in a cool venue. I think our guys are just excited for the challenge, and looking forward to it.
Does that help recruiting at all? I mean, you have 2 commits from Florida, one that you're bringing in this weekend. Do you think if you could, by playing Florida, national TV, does it help you in households going forward?
I think so. I think it's a nationally televised game. ESPN, I think so. People around are seeing it. You're playing, like I said, a name brand in Florida, and we've been able to get some quality players out of that state. So I think that'll help us for sure.
So Coach Smith has really transformed this whole program in the past 5 years, and it goes to show he's won a couple of Coach of the Year awards. Can you just describe him a little bit as a leader to me, maybe things we don't see on a daily basis, and how that just shows in the team culture and in practice every day?
Just a really smart, I think, smart, efficient, and I think really sticks to his process. He when he came in here, when we came in here early as a staff, he really set the, hey, this is kind of how I want it. This is my vision for the program. This is kind of how I want to build it. And even through some of those rough times, the first couple of years when we had some losses and some tough going through some tough adversity, he was able to stick through the process and trust and believe in it, and then keep pushing through. And the guys bought into it. And we've been able to retain a lot of the coaching staff, which I think is huge. and it's really helped our recruiting, and it's just kind of rolling now, and it's fun to be a part of.
Coach Brady just said that he is very content being in his position. Do you feel like this Oregon State staff kind of has that characteristic where a lot of other programs might, be looking to climb a little bit faster? Like, what is it about this program that just makes those coaches want to stay?
I just think the way Jonathan runs the program and treats people, I think it's just it's a program that people want to be a part of, and I feel like guys from our end, it's learned a lot from him, and then just you're around good people doing things I believe the right way, and that's just something I think guys want to be a part of. And I think it's you like you said, you don't always see it around the program and around the country in different programs, and so when you find a spot like that to be a part of it, I think it's pretty cool.
Do you see a connection between that and also having continuity on the roster as well? Because we're seeing a ton of turnover with players nowadays too. Do you see a connection between those two things?
Totally, and I think guys realize, hey, I got a good thing going. I really feel like I'm getting developed, as a player, as a student athlete, and respected and treated well. And I think guys are seeing us win games and play in different roles. I think a lot of guys are buying into their role, whether it just be even on special teams or as a backup, and I think that's pretty cool. And it speaks to kind of the culture that he's been able to create. So yeah.